boy.
What?
We've got a report to get to.
Whoa.
Headline at Pro Football Talk. Story just went up within the last 5 minutes. Headline reads, Bill Belichick has shopped Mac Jones this offseason. Reading from Mike Florio at Pro Football Talk. No, things aren't going well between Patriots coach Bill Belichick and quarterback Mac Jones. Following the posting of the item regarding the lingering tension between Coach Bill Belichick and the 2021 first rounder, more information has trickled in. Per a source with knowledge of the situation, Belichick has shopped Jones to multiple teams during the 2023 offseason.
So is Mac Jones on his way out of New England? It's a great question. Mike Florio from PFT dropped a bombshell earlier this week, essentially saying that Bill Belichick has tried to shop Mac Jones. Florio listed a few teams, so it's kind of hard to gauge if this was something that occurred earlier in the offseason or is still ongoing, because these teams that he listed kind of have the quarterback situation figured out now. He listed Tampa Bay, he listed the Raiders, he listed the Commanders, and a few others, so it's hard to tell the timing of this report, because that is very important. Like, is Bill Belichick right now on the phone with teams trying to ship Mac out? So I have a few theories of what's going on here. So the first theory that I have is this might just be a tactic that Bill Belichick is using to scare Mac Jones. Now, Bill Belichick is known for, in the past, using fear to motivate his team for whatever reason. Now, if this is kind of the reason that Bill is doing this, then I think it's a massive problem. Bill Belichick cannot be coaching like it's the 80s or the 90s anymore. It is 2023, and this sort of method to try to motivate the quarterback is not going to work. And look, I don't know if this has something to do with, does Mac just not want to compete with Bailey Zappi? No one really knows, so there's so much speculation right now, but it is possible this is all just to get Mac to kind of get back in line, stop talking back, and just focus on being a good quarterback. So the next theory that I have is that Bill Belichick wants Lamar Jackson. So we saw the report last week that was dropped that essentially Lamar Jackson texted Meek Mill that he wanted to be a Patriot, and this was all after Lamar himself tweeted that he wanted to leave Baltimore. So there was a lot of discussion 2 weeks ago that if Bill Belichick wanted Lamar, and I think that is really important because it was sort of known that Belichick wanted to draft Lamar, or was at least thinking about it back in 2018 to sort of be the successor to Tom Brady. So I don't know if this is the case, because it's really hard to know. Does Bill Belichick want Lamar and Kraft secretly doesn't want Lamar? Whether it's because he's still sort of advocating for Mac Jones, or he doesn't want to pay $50 million for a quarterback when he's paying right now a little under $3 million for Mac Jones. Or is it vice versa? Does Robert Kraft want Lamar and Bill Belichick does not want Lamar for whatever reason? I don't know. This one is very mysterious in terms of what Bill Belichick actually is thinking about as it pertains to the QB position. And this sort of leads me to my final point, which I think is the relationship right now between Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick. I felt like at the owners' meetings, we saw, based on a lot of the answers that the two gave, that they really weren't on the same page. Whether, it was about winning, the expectations. Robert Kraft for a while had always said it was to win a Super Bowl. Then he kind of backtracked, and his new, way more attainable goal is to make the playoffs with 3 wild cards. Come on, Bob. That's a joke. But I think there's a lot with Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft's relationship. And is Bill Belichick essentially just shopping Mac Jones to tick off Robert Kraft, who very much does like Mac Jones? Now, I don't know. It does seem like it's a very, very icy relationship, and a few reports out there have kind of backed this up. Because, right now it feels like maybe Bill Belichick only wants to stay around until he passes Don Shula's win record, which is about 18 wins away. So is Bill Belichick looking at it and saying, all right, I need a good quarterback so I can get this record quickly and I can, kind of get my dynasty, my reputation back in the post-Brady era? Now, I don't know, but it has been very fascinating to see that Bill Belichick is shopping Mac Jones, especially comments he made like Mac Jones can play quarterback in the NFL. Bill has just always been very non-committal about Mac since this past season. So we'll see, but it is definitely a situation worth monitoring, especially as the NFL draft comes up in the next month.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. Click the subscribe button below to subscribe to my channel.